Could September still end up being a red month for crypto? Well, there is a very high chance. I would like to take a look at a couple of altcoins because it looks like the rest of the year is going to be a complete bloodbath and how to best prepare for that. So let's take a look at that. Welcome to the Fomo Factory. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, check out the Patreon down below, exclusive videos, my portfolio, personal consultings, more than that, super interesting stuff. So Bitcoin is now, going a little sideways still, right? I mean, it's basically ranging a little bit between 26,600 and 25,000. We're now to the lower 26, so nothing is really happening right there. There are a couple of altcoins pumping right now. There are a couple of altcoins completely bleeding right now. How to approach that? Well, very simple. Don't be in altcoins unless you want to treat it as a casino, of course, and you feel like, okay, yeah, let's YOLO a couple of $100 here and there to see what happens, be my guest. But as a serious investor, you of course want to stay away from with your big money from that, right? That's not going to work out for you right now. If we look at Ethereum on its Bitcoin pair, it's been making lower lows and lower highs since September 2022, and to be completely honest, even since November, December 2021. So a lot of people also be like, yeah, well, when Ethereum is doing well, altcoins are doing well, right? And Ethereum had the merge and it's so bullish. Yeah, I don't know. If it was so bullish, then this trend wouldn't be down, right? And I think this is going to be, I don't know, man. It's very clear we had an accumulation phase, an uptrend, and this is just a giant distribution phase, and Ethereum is very likely to go below $1,000 probably this year is my best guess. But again, that's a guess, right? We can all guess. That's the best we can do. BNB is one of the bigger coins, of course. Also a coin that if it falls, the whole altcoin market kind of goes to shit. Well, BNB has a good amount of support in this region of around 184 and 224, give or take. So that's some kind of a range, but not much. If it falls, yeah, let's not talk about that too much, right? People already think, yeah, you're so bearish. Well, then let's not take a look at this chart right here. The total 3. Why do I say that it's probably going to be a bloodbath? Well, 1, Ethereum is hanging there. 2, BNB is hanging there. These are the giants, right? If they fall, the altcoin market go down with it. And an easy 50% crash in altcoins could definitely occur in this year. Also, if we take a look at the total 3, so the crypto altcoin market in general, you can just see that it's been making lower highs still, right? The hard downtrend is over, right? We can draw quite of a perfect line right there and see that, well, we started here, we touched it here, got rejected, we touched it here, got rejected another time, then we broke out, but now we are basically riding it down, right? So once you break out of such a massive downtrend like this, it doesn't mean that we break out, retest, and moon. It could also mean that we test, break out, and then just use it as support on our way down because the trend is unfortunately still down. So that's that. Yeah, I don't know, not looking that well. So yeah, if you look at the altcoin market, you could say like, okay, this support right here is what's holding the altcoin market up for now. Yes, true. This, however, is what's holding it down. Okay, and I think that this is going to eventually break down and we can crash pretty hard. Why do I think that? Liquidity. It's very simple. The liquidity in the altcoin market is drying up, right? There are charts that are going down extremely hard and people move that liquidity into Bitcoin. Why do you think that Bitcoin was going up and the altcoin market wasn't, right? People move their altcoin money from altcoins into Bitcoin. Therefore, you saw the Bitcoin dominance spike as well. If we look at the Bitcoin dominance, it's in a major uptrend, right? We went all the way from 40% to 50%, right? Slightly more. Came down a little bit. We had a good downtrend for a couple of months, but we broke that downtrend now. And of course, we can now also go down and retest this maybe. but in general, I think the way is up for that. So be a little careful with that. The DXY is still going up, the dollar currency index. And yeah, if you are, pro crypto, that's not really what you want to see. It is getting at some major resistance at, well, kind of where we are right now, but it doesn't mean it cannot get broken. The S&P just has to crash. That's just what has to happen, right? Because what will bring liquidity back, like altcoins, they don't have liquidity no more. So they can now dump very hard and they can pump very hard, right? Now, one of the two. But a little money moving in or out can move the chart by a lot, right? So is there money going into the crypto market right now to pump it? Well, at the moment, there isn't, right? The red line, just the social metrics, people watching YouTube videos, subscribers, etc. It's been going down like crazy hard. So no new people are coming into crypto with new money. Matter of fact, people are leaving crypto. They are giving up. They don't watch YouTube anymore. They don't subscribe. There are no new people, but the existing people are also giving up. So there is no new money coming into crypto to pump the charts, right? It's more shifting the liquidity that's already there. At the end of the day, it gets back into Bitcoin and the altcoins are left for that. That's kind of what's happening right now. So money is taken out of the market, right? So what do we need? Well, in my opinion, we need the S&P to crash. And that's exactly, in my opinion, also what's happening, right? It was looking like it was making new highs. Well, it barely did, but not really. But now it's going down, and you can see that right here. If you look at the S&P on the money supply, since 2001, basically every time it got here, it got rejected, and it came down very hard, right? It's what you see right now as well. Because in order to get liquidity back into the market, we need a Fed to pivot, right? But the Fed is not going to pivot once the S&P is at $4,300. Therefore, it has to go down way more. Then the Fed is likely to pivot. So we first need a crash. And what happens when the S&P crashes? Bitcoin crashes. That's what we have seen every time, right? Also in the pre-halving years, every time it was like, oh, the S&P is going up, so Bitcoin goes up. But then still the S&P went down and Bitcoin made a double bottom or a high low, or, well, at least went down very hard. We also see is that whenever Bitcoin goes down, the altcoin market goes down, right? So the outcome that we need in order for altcoins to pump is that they first dump. That's kind of the only solution, right? A lot of people say like, yeah, well, BlackRock and NFT, ETF, will happen. It will happen, which will be very good for Bitcoin. Will it happen this month, next year? That's what we don't know. Eventually it will happen. But that's not going to save the altcoin market right now, right? The altcoin market, in the meantime, keeps on bleeding. So we know that if Bitcoin goes down, the altcoin market goes down. But let's say we get an ETF, right? And Bitcoin, probably doesn't go up overnight because of it, at least not sustained. But it brings Bitcoin up. Well, the problem is that altcoins still get wrecked, right? Because we see right here, anytime that this is the Bitcoin dominance, and if we overlay Bitcoin on it, you just see that every time Bitcoin pumps, the Bitcoin dominance pumps with it. These two move identical, right? So, or Bitcoin goes down, altcoins go down with it, or Bitcoin goes up, but then the dominance goes up and altcoins still bleed against Bitcoin. There's no good outcome. There is no good outcome at this moment. And I'm not saying altcoins, for the people that don't get it, like sometimes I got these comments, but it's not that altcoins are not good and you should never be in altcoins. You should when the time is right, but not when everything is still crashing, right? It's not that after the crash, we immediately shoot up. There's an accumulation phase somewhere in between. And guess what? That's where you accumulate, right? But now it's not the time yet. It wasn't, right? I got a lot of shit for this one. Not for this one. This is lovely. I'm making good money with this one. This is Hypercycle. Was a IDO by Seedify and it doing very well. But what I did got a lot of shit for are two. I want to show you this. First one is Xen. I got so much shit because I said, hey guys, a lot of people very bullish on Xen, right? It was a big hype. Minting free crypto. Yeah, it's free. Unlimited money for everybody. That's how it works. Okay, so I said, hey guys, I don't know, but Xen, if you can mint it for free, then yeah, nice. Go ahead. Nice, free money. But would I buy this? Fuck no. Hell no. But do you know when I said that? Here. Exactly here. So I got a download of shit for that, right? Because, well, one, you talk about not buying something, and yeah, people don't like that. They only want to hear that you are always bullish, of course. Even in a bear market, just be bullish, gets you most subscribers. However, also, of course, because after that, Xen pumped. And it did just not pump. It pumped with 15 freaking percentages. It went absolutely crazy. Why? Well, like I said, it got wrecked before really hard. Really hard. And that's what's happening with the overall altcoin market right now. Not this hard, but pretty hard, right? 99.94%. This is turning $100 into 60 cents. Okay? Completely wrecked. Money vanished, basically. So there was no liquidity in this project. No, none. Right? So even the slightest money could move it up very hard. Therefore, we see such a big ass pump. But what's happening right now, so I had to stay quiet for a long time, right? Like everybody, oh, you should have bought Xen, loser. And now it's just like, okay, let's wait and see. And what happened right now, we are here, right? That's what happens. So even from this wick low, it's already down another 42%. And therefore, I'm preaching so much on this channel, like, guys, patience. Patience is key, okay? Because this right here, look, I'm not a trader. I'm not talking about trading. If I talk about crypto on this channel, I talk about investing, unless I specifically say trading, right? If you somehow magically bought this and sold this, then congratulations, of course, right? But overall, it's a matter of patience. Because, yes, it took 29 weeks, so more than half a year, right? But still, after half a year, you saved yourself from losing more than 40% from the lows, right? Even if you bought it here, which people did, you're now down 96% again. Compare Bitcoin from that period is down 15%, right? Xen had its own bear market with twice the damage that Bitcoin ever had in every single bear market in a matter of half a year. Like, that's the risk with altcoins. So again, if you're trading it and if you look at it like a casino, like, oh yeah, fucking YOLO some money in, I'll see what happens, that's fine. But I'm not talking about that, right? I'm talking about serious investments. And then you don't want to look at this kind of trash. Also, before people are gonna, try to mock me with this one, but this is also it's not about me, but this is what's going to wreck people, right? Moonbeam, for example. Look at Moonbeam. Someone from the community said like, hey, look at Moonbeam. I saw it and I'd be like, oh yeah, okay, worth mentioning, right? Moonbeam is now up 40%. Why? Well, again, right? And this is what you will see happen with a lot of altcoins the coming months, right? It was down 99%. Also, this was one of the projects that got wrecked like extremely hard, right? There was literally never a good time to buy this, unless you were maybe in the ICO. I don't know what the price was, but on the open market, it was never a good time to buy this. Never, right? This is here where it started. 597. It went to, 601. So basically exactly the same level. So even if you bought it right at the first second on the open market, which you didn't, you would now not be in a profit, right? So if you ever bought this, you wrecked, right? But still, people are now going to look at this chart and be like, wow, it went up 50%. Yes, because all the liquidity got drained from the project. The liquidity got absolutely drained. Right? So it's very easy to pump this very hard with, little money. That's one. Two, the only people that profit from this are the people that bought here, right? Well, let's be honest, anywhere after July, basically, they are a little in profit on that buy, right? And if you bought it for some reason exactly here, then you made 50%. But if you did that, probably means you are buying all the lows and all the dips. So you're still be in a loss, unless you were very lucky, but you know. So when I look at such a chart, I'll be like, okay, you know, it is still a low high, right? I mean, we had a high, we had a high, we had a high, we had a high, and we have a high, right? After all these highs, what happened? It got wrecked and it found new lows again. So it's so far extremely likely that Moonbeam will put in just another new low, right? You can gamble on and this is not about Moonbeam. I know a lot of people don't care about Moonbeam, but a lot of crypto charts will look like, well, not this extreme, but they will look like this structure, right? If you see such a chart, don't ape in too fast, right? Because it pumped very hard. After every hard pump, it can also dump very hard because there's apparently not a lot of liquidity, right? And as long as it's still a lower high, I'd be like, yeah, okay, then it's also very likely that it will be a lower low, right? I mean, that's the chart since ever, right? This is not just based on a pattern that occurred in the last couple of weeks. It's since the existence of the project. Therefore, you really want to see it confirmed, like, okay, can it make a higher high? And can it take this low out as well, like in a positive way? So it bounces here or maybe here, right? And then go up. If you are interested in this project, then you can better wait for that and buy it here, for example, right? Do you miss out on the bottom? Yes, but should you buy the bottom in the first place? No, right? But you do save yourself a lot of trouble, right? Because if you do ape in right here, yeah, you are the same that also aped in right here or here or here, or bought the bottom here, or bought the alt season here, or bought the low here. And what happened so far? You are in big losses, right? And a lot of projects will look like that. That's kind of the problem with the altcoin market right now. And there are many exceptions to that. There are super many exceptions to that. There are altcoins that do well, but in ratio, most don't, right? Most don't. And therefore you can just say like, okay, let's take a look at the total tree because all these charts are included right there, right? The good performers, the terrible performers. And if you look at that, it's still a series of lower highs. And this last high couldn't even get to the top. And now, I don't know what the fuck it's doing right now, but it's now basically struggling to not break down, right? Basically, that's what it's doing right now. So I don't know. I can't help but wonder, like, okay, how hard is the altcoin market going to crash this year? And that's good because that's going to make us rich, right? Because you can buy extremely cheap prices. But not if you're the person that says like, yeah, no, let's ape in here and here and here. And then when you finally get the opportunity, yeah, your money is gone and you don't have anything to buy with it. Like, that's not what you want. We are getting a once in a 4-year opportunity pretty soon, probably. And most people, they have been telling me to just DCA for the last 1.5 years. How did that work out for you so far? Please have some money when the opportunity does come. Right? And every time people say like, nah, now is the opportunity. No, nay, now. Okay, but now, okay, not last time, but now it is. At a certain point, you will be right. Yes. And that's where we need to be. But what tells you that now is the opportunity, right? Maybe for some altcoins it is, but most it isn't. So yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking at my 2023 DCA watch list. For example, I like AFX. It's a good chain and I want to have a good bag, right? I also thought about it like that a couple of months ago, but then it was $22. I still like AFX, nothing changed. It's now only cheaper. I can now get, 2.5 times as much for the same money. That's kind of how bullish this is, right? Because what if AVAX gets to $4? Could that happen? Well, don't pin me to this, but I won't be surprised in a couple of months that AVAX is sitting there, right? And that's good. That's good, right? Why? Well, I'm not saying it will, okay? But just as a measurement. And this goes for every coin. Let's say it does go back to its all-time high, right? And the people that have been dollar costing and their average is here, right? It goes back to the all-time high to make a 6x. Oh, congrats, nice, okay? If it does, right? It's still the question if it survives. Therefore, we're also holding off. But the people that have been waiting this whole time can also put in their money right now. And if it then goes back to its all-time high, make a 16x. Oh, that's quite a difference right there, isn't it? But the people that are still waiting because they look at this chart and be like, yeah, okay, I don't know, but it just literally made a low this week, right? So let's wait. And let's say they buy at around $4, right? And I'm not saying try to time that, but you buy this whole area. You buy at 3, you buy at 5, but this is the area. And then goes back to its all-time high. You make a 31x. How big of a difference is that compared to the people that have been preaching about dollar costing for the last year? Sorry, these people don't know what they're doing, right? Because very simple. Also, if you look at AVAX Bitcoin, look what it's doing. Okay, so far it's now Monday morning over here. I don't know about you. It's slightly the same, right? But it's a little green, but we have to see how the week goes. But it's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 weeks in a row of being red. Right? So I don't know about DCAing. At least, yeah, I do know about DCAing, but I don't know about DCAing the downtrend like people say all the time. Like, oh, just buy, just DCA, it will be fine. Okay, yeah, congratulations. I didn't, right? And only over the last 10 weeks, the price is down 33%. So let's say you have been DCing ever since then and you bought the average of that, you are now down 13%, 14%, right? Well, I can still buy the bottom, right? And I hope you too, for just waiting and just waiting. Patience is so key in crypto. It's insane how important that is. But people, I did this challenge for myself, right? I made this video, knowledge is money, don't ignore. I said that, in my opinion, this is one of the most valuable videos that I have ever made. And I said like, okay, yo guys, this is important. Understanding the cycle will actually make you rich and not just, you know, buying top 10 altcoins by some YouTubers, right? That's stupid. But I said, maybe I should make both videos. And I want to bet that this video is gonna get less views. Although it's a better video with better information, and this is what's gonna make people money. People want the best altcoins because they don't want to do effort and they just want to get rich overnight. And wouldn't you know, the next day I made that video, 10 altcoins. Look at the difference, 2.5K, 1.4K. Proving the point, right? That people are only they want these quick jumps. They want this quick money, right? Because crypto, it can be a rush and it can be exciting. Well, guess what? The market isn't exciting at the moment. The market is boring. The market is slow bleeding, right? It's slowly losing, like AVAX as well. When was the best time to buy AVAX? Well, anytime at least before August 2021. Right? Over the last 2 years, there was no single good buying opportunity for AVAX, right? And that goes for a lot of coins. It goes for a lot of them. But the problem is it's still going on. And people always think like, well, now it is. No, now it's not. It's not. What does the chart say? What does the macro say? The only thing narrative-wise, right, we have in something to look out for is an ETF. But it's a fucking Bitcoin ETF, right? How do you think the AVAX Bitcoin chart will look like when we get an ETF? This, right? Like AVAX Bitcoin and insert any altcoin divided by Bitcoin, right? Because Bitcoin is the narrative at this moment, right? And again, it sounds like some maxi trash talk. No, this is the face of the market, right? It's what you see. I've been called a Bitcoin maxi here, for fuck's sake. Well, I don't know, guys. Look at it. Who is better off, the altcoin Moonboy or the Bitcoin maxi, right? It's not about being this or being that. It's about being able to, to adjust to the market at the right time, right? And therefore, again, another preaching video about why altcoins suck so much. Yeah, but here you go. We are here again. And yeah, there are beautiful exceptions. We have Nakamoto Games ripping, right? Okay, but this is my watch list, right? Let's just very quickly look. What do you notice? Is most ripping or is most going down? Let's see. We had a good one. Two good ones. Nice. Get the point. I had a list of like 20 coins. 2 were up, right? You know about the ratio right there. And it's not because these altcoins all suck, right? It's the market in general, right? So it's all going down right now. And again, people are very bullish on this project, for example, and we're talking about it here, buy it here. Well, here it is right now. What Solana, for example, there are so many good projects that can make you so much money, right? But again, there is a difference. Did you already buy it here and it goes back to all-time high, you make a 5x, but are you waiting for the target for Solana to go maybe to $10 and even maybe to $4? What if it does, right? And what if it goes back to its all-time high? 60x. But so far the direction is down. Right, so for the direction with a lot of altcoins is down. And most of them won't make it back to the all-time high. But they don't need to, right? They don't need to, even if they come close. Because it's not about your exit only, it's also about your entry, right? Ultra, I don't know. It's not an altcoin that's very popular, I think. ADA, right? If ADA gets to like 150, right? You could say like, oh yeah, you know, if you buy it right now and it goes to 150, you make a 6x out of it. That's not that interesting. But if you buy it at 10 cents and it goes to 150, well, you can do the math. You make a 15x out of a relative safe coin. It's about your entry. Don't aim too much for 100x's. If we can make steady and good 20, 30x's in the next bull run, just realistic, that can change your life as well. I want to leave it there. I'm always preaching on this channel. Shit. I don't know. I'm basically the opposite of the Fomo Factory. But no, FOMO is a good thing. Only if you handle it well, if you handle it correctly, right? I FOMO for a lot of projects. Feel like, oh, Illuvium is something I don't want to miss out on. Definitely not. But I'm approaching it slow but steady. And I'm taking my time. And that's good because it's sitting at the lows, right? I never regretted not buying anything. The biggest regrets I have in crypto is buying something. Because, yeah, in this market, well, whatever. Please like the video if you like the video. I want to wrap it up right here. Again, shout out to the Patreon members right there. They know this stuff. Check it out in the link in the description or in the comments. It's a really interesting place to be in the private Discord with us there. For now, subscribe to the channel, turn the bell notification on. See you guys soon.